Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Raul, currently ranked #1 in the world for solo kills. In today's video, we're gonna be going down the line and giving you guys pretty much my NVIDIA settings, my graphic settings. A whole lot of creators out there don't, for some reason, share their settings, but I got you guys covered, baby. This is the setting I have been rocking to become ranked #1 in kills for season 1 and season 2 of Call of Duty Solos, and I believe we are currently ranked #2 in season 3, which overall gives us a #1. So these are the settings I have been rocking to get to that milestone. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and go into manage 3D settings on NVIDIA, and we're just gonna go right down the line. We have image scaling on off, ambient occlusion on off, anisotropic filtering on off, anti-aliasing on off, anti-aliasing gamma compression on, anti-aliasing mode on off. We got background application frames off, CUDA on all, DSR factors off, low latency mode. This is one that is relatively important. A lot of people do say that this setting doesn't actually change any input delay, but I'm gonna be completely honest. When I have this setting on ultra, I feel a difference. I don't know if it's placebo or not, but having this on ultra legitimately makes my controller feel like it has less input delay. Max frame rate, make sure you have that on off, and then you want to make sure you have fixed refresh rate, guys. I would not recommend using G-Sync. Between myself and a lot of other competitive creators that I've talked to, everyone that has used G-Sync has experienced some form of input delay or just like inconsistency. What G-Sync is it matches your frames with your hertz, and it pretty much means you have a dynamic refresh rate on your monitor that kind of matches the FPS that you're having in game, and that can in turn give you a little bit of input delay. So if you just have a fixed refresh rate, you're going to stay at that 240 hertz or like the max capability of whatever monitor you are rocking. I do have the Alienware 1440p, so mine is 240 hertz, and I just like to keep it there. We're gonna have multi-frame on off. We're gonna have that as our GPU source, obviously. You're gonna have your power management mode as maximum performance. You want it to be maximum performance. Preferred refresh rate is application controlled, but obviously that's just 240 hertz. You're gonna have to go down the drop menu in WarZone and select 240 hertz. You're gonna want to have your shader catch size on driver default, and then over here we got texture filtering, anisotropic on off, texture filtering, negative LOD basis on allow, texture filtering quality on high performance. I used to actually try high quality and all that stuff. The game does look better, but high performance, like I said before, you are going to get that better performance in a sense where you're not going to have input delay in your gunfights, and the game's going to look a little bit worse than it would on quality, but you're going to feel the difference when you're moving around the map, engaging gunfights, re-challenging, all that stuff. All these things where milliseconds make a difference. I think that's where high performance is super important. So I would definitely stay on high performance there over any other quality settings. Texture filtering on, threaded optimization on. That's very important. Be sure you have this on. Sometimes it's on off by default. Vertical sync, absolutely not. Dry buffering, absolutely not. And pretty much all the way at the bottom is on off. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the color settings I use as well. Once again, this is for the Alienware 240 hertz 1440p monitor. So guys, this might look different on your guys' screen compared to mine. Also, make sure when you are in program settings, it's gonna say select a program you want to customize. Make sure when you do see your Modern Warfare right there, be sure that all of this, none of this overrides, because it says use your global setting. Your global settings are what we just changed. So make sure all of it is using your global settings. Otherwise, you just change your global settings just to play on different settings anyways when you actually queue up the game. So make sure you guys have this. A couple people have missed this, and honestly, I wasn't even made aware of this until probably like a year into playing WarZone. So it's kind of down bad, not gonna lie. Like I said before, 240 hertz. Make sure you have a display port or a HDMI 2.2, I believe, can go up to 240 hertz. I would just go with display port personally, but there's my Elgato, the cap. You do need the 4K Elgato if you are trying to record your gameplay on 1440p. I learned that the hard way. I had to wait 3 days to actually finally stream while Amazon was shipping me out that 4K Elgato. So be sure you're on the max refresh rate you can be. Boom. PC. Boom. All right. And now this is where it gets a little bit different as well. This is honestly to your liking. I like having my digital vibrance on about 65%. I just think the game looks more beautiful with a little bit of digital vibrance, but I don't want my eyes to just get really ripped apart by some of the guys be playing on 80%, 90, 100%. Homie, I don't know who hurt those people, bro, but my eyeballs cannot handle that. I don't know what the deal is there, but I'm telling you, I would stick between 60 and 70. Just save your eyeballs, man. Please don't fry your eyeballs. My gamma, I actually have messed with this before. I used to have this on 1.05, but I kind of just bring this down. What gamma does is essentially just makes your overall screen darker or brighter. So obviously if we were to crank this up, we'd be boom. We crank it back down, we'd be boom. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously same thing with making it any lower. I think like 1 to 1.1, you could find that level where you can see a little bit better in the dark areas of the map. That your gamma will be helping with that. All right, and then right here, you want to be sure that you are on full screen. You want to make sure once again that your resolution and your refresh rate line up. Be sure you guys are on full screen. This makes it so whenever you are full screen in game, the game runs smoother. G-Sync, absolutely not. I do not like to rock G-Sync. The multiple displays, this is exactly how you want to set up your capture card. What my setup is it's 1 for my monitor and 2 for my Elgato. So what this pretty much means is it's a clone display, and my gaming monitor is cloned by my capture card. So my capture card is literally cloning exactly whatever I see on my screen, and that's what you guys are going to see right now and whenever I'm making content or streaming. So my display does look different though. A lot of people think like, yo, Riley, didn't see this guy, or blah, blah, blah. Like my display does look a bit different than what you guys are seeing as well, because with the Elgato, you could go ahead and fine tune your settings. You could add filters. You could do all that to make sure that the game looks absolutely stunning for you guys. And not to mention, you guys don't get to see the monitor settings I have, which I will also tell you here in a second. And then one more time, we're going to go ahead and do limited range. This is a very big one, guys. You want this on limited 16 through 235. If you go on full, man, the darks get extremely dark and the whites get extremely white. So guys, just make sure you have it on limited. Otherwise, from my personal experience, I was losing people a lot in shadows and super dark spots of the map. And now we're in the graphics section of the settings, guys. So you're going to want your display mode on full screen, your display monitor obviously on your monitor. Refresh rate, make sure you have this on 240. If it is not an option, I had this problem before. Just make sure you have your refresh rate on the right thing, and be sure you are using a display port or a eligible HDMI cable. Otherwise, you might have to go ahead and change that cable out if it's not compatible. I had the same problem where I couldn't go past 144 hertz before. Just make sure you got that. Render resolution on 100 disabled, 10 automatic, sync every frame disabled, custom. And I actually do have this on custom, so that way whenever I'm at the menu, the main menu, my GPU can just kind of have a little breather, bro. Just kind of fan itself down a little bit, because it does work really hard whenever I'm in game. So gameplay 300, menu 60, autofocus 30. Brightness is going to be on 50. Display gamma, by the way, this can actually kind of change the whole look of your game. If you really don't like the colors that maybe your monitor has, I do know some streamers that do play on this BT 1886. Personally prefer 2.2 sRGB. Now we got NVIDIA highlights and disabled. It's going to go ahead and eat up your frames if you have that enabled, so don't do that. And then NVIDIA reflex low latency, very, very important. Be sure you have this thing at least enabled, if not boosted, all right? It's going to legitimately just reduce input delay. It's going to make your game look sexier. It's just going to do very beautiful things for you and your game, all right? So be sure you have that on. And now this is where it gets a little funky, baby. Well, not really funky. This is actually pretty basic stuff. But as field of view on 120, and you want to have your thing unaffected, baby. ADS field of view, have it unaffected. If it's independent, you're going to be zooming in, and it's just going to be like 80 FOV combined with 120 FOV. Like, it's just weird, man. I know some mouse and keyboard guys that like it kind of, but especially if you aren't on a controller, man, have this unaffected. It also gives you visually less recoil, which is why a lot of console guys are in the comments like, hey, man, why does my growl has recoil, or this gun has recoil for me? Guys, if you're on PC, you just visually have less recoil just because the whole thing is zoomed out more. Whereas if I was super zoomed in, I would appear to have more recoil, because you see more of the gun, and you're closer and zoomed in on the gun, so you see how much more recoil it has. Whereas if you're zoomed out, it doesn't look like it has recoil. So boom, myth busted. Camera movement, very important. Have this on 50. It's going to go ahead and not make your screen all Steven Spielberg, a Michael Bay movie, action movie type of deal. Just be sure you have it on 50. It's also going to kind of, for me, it feels like you could control recoil better on 50. Just feels like tracking's a little easier. Stream quality on low. Normal texture resolution. I actually had to switch over to normal. I would always play on low or very low, but in Caldera, as you guys know, it's very damn hard to see. So I have this on normal. You can actually see people in the jungle. Texture on low. Particle high quality on high. Bullet sprays and impacts. I actually put this on enabled. A lot of people do have this on disabled to save some frames. The pros outweigh the cons. Yes, I'm going to have like 3 less frames, but I also will be able to see like weapon fire easier and bullet holes and stuff. I don't know if there's people fighting. Escalation on disabled, disabled, and disabled. All 3 of these eat your frames. This is where it's definitely up to you, depending on how you like your game to look. I like to do a filmic strength on 1 and just have anti-aliasing completely off. There are other ways to do it where you could have it on 1 and have SMAA 1X. And then if you like that, only thing is your frames are going to go down a little bit. There's some people that like SMAA T2X, and then they have their filmic strength all the way off. So there definitely are some variations. I just prefer the 1 with the off. To me, it looks the best. Everything else is going to be disabled, disabled, disabled. Low for your shadows. Enabled, enable for like 5 extra frames. Low, disabled, disabled, and disabled. Man, I hope the settings did help you out. And as I said before, my monitor settings, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now, if you do have this Alienware, my response time is on super fast, my preset mode is on FPS, my brightness is 70, and my contrast is 64. I do not have any dark equalizer on. So yeah, those are my settings, man. If you guys do have the same monitor as me, hopefully that helped you guys out, man, and good luck and happy killing on Warzone, baby. Thank you for watching, and please make sure you guys drop a like on the video if this did help you guys out, man, and please subscribe for more. I got you guys with the loadouts, I got you guys with content. We're gonna do some frag grenade montages and all kinds of settings videos, man. Any information that I have and I can possibly help to benefit you guys, I will not hesitate, man. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. You look great, you smell even better. We'll also do stream twitch.tv/rally daily as well if you want to check it out, baby. Thank you, love you, bye.